guess the evening that Kabul was taken, they'd been moving us to a different prison at nighttime, and this evening, I mean, we were in bed, and they came to our door with lots of these strange men we'd never seen before with lots of Kalashnikovs, and they said, "You've got to come with us right now." And so we just hurried and got everything we could on, and they even said, "Leave your stuff here, you'll be back in the morning," which we figured was a complete lie. And so we hauled everything we had with us, got our blankets that we had, and took them with us, and they put us in this van. And actually, we were sitting on rocket launchers, you know, on top of some equipment they were also taking out. And we just started driving down the road, I guess, towards Kandahar. Well, I can say, I've said it a couple. Also thankful to the president and how he supported us. He didn't call us last night, and it was really great. And then we started one of our daily prayer meetings, and in that moment, we heard all kinds of commotion outside in the city, guns firing, rocket launchers going off, bombing in the city. And all of a sudden, we looked out the window, and we saw all the Taliban just running madly through the city, fleeing. Mm-hmm. At the time, we didn't know they were fleeing, but we had assumed opposition forces had come in, and they were now battling in the city. But after about 15 minutes of seeing men running from the city, it became really peaceful, and it was completely quiet for maybe 30 minutes. And then all of a sudden, we heard down at the front prison door just men and soldiers, or men coming back, banging down the prison door. And I know I can speak for myself, but probably also for all of us, we thought that was the Taliban coming back, and this was the end of the road. And all of a sudden, an opposition soldier comes in with reams of ammunition around his neck, and he just starts screaming, "You're free, the city's free, the Taliban have left." And I think all of us were in complete shock. It wasn't how we expected things to happen. To come into a country and be taken captive under one government, and then to walk out of prison a free person under a new government, and to see a city changed in just a moment. The women had taken off their burqas. All of the villagers were out in the streets cheering. And to see people playing music, shooting off their guns with great rejoicing. And I really believe a good day will come for Afghanistan. Well, it certainly was a roller coaster, both physically and emotionally. I can say we're so grateful because we never had any major illnesses. We had illnesses that come just with living in Afghanistan. It's inevitable that you'll get sick from various things, but none of us were ever really sick, at least not for more than a day. So that was a miracle in itself. Emotionally, it was a roller coaster. There were days, I think, that all of us despaired, not knowing if we were ever going to come out. There were 1,000 times that things could have happened, but the way we got through it was through faith. There wasn't any other way. There were days we thought, because there were so many times, so many days, kind of a vacuum of information. We didn't know what was going on. The war was intensifying. We knew we weren't, there were so many other priorities going on that it was hard to imagine that people were still out there on certain days. But I can say, coming out, we were absolutely overwhelmed to see the number of people that have never given up and stood with us. At this moment, we were really afraid. We knew God is the only way we're going to get out of this.